It's been sprung on me. We have to make some aprons because they have to go out tomorrow. Why didn't you say that 2 hours ago? Right, let's start.
Ask you.
Right, so if you want to make a little cute little apron, pattern is like this. You can get them anywhere. You can get them for free. You don't need to buy them. Don't be a fool. Right, so you take this, and what we're going to do is quite simply attach this at the top to go down, right? So to have a really nice and clean edge, I'm going to put right side on the, left side on left side, and I'm going to sew straight across. I'm just going to cut straight across, sew straight across. I'm getting stressed now. We are on a mission. So, yeah, oops. You see the fastest apron ever now, or not, because it's all in pear-shaped. Right, so I'm going to sew this to the top. I've cut not too nicely, but I can just even that out going across. As long as I cut out well. Right, got this now. So sewn on, and then you can see that this can just roll over, and I tend to, what I do is I don't pull this down because you get too many layers. I just fold it over here because that makes the edge like really nice and firm, like that. It's really cool. So the next step on this then is to just simply turn the lower edge in like that and pop it back underneath the sewing machine. I don't go too close to the edge because that looks a bit homemade if you do. I think it's nicer if it's a bit wider. So this off.
Next time we can have a play with them.
Okay, and I think that's actually really nice with the yellow. I'm going to next do the pocket. So what I do first is I turn it in. I've got 2.5 centimeter seam allowance, and I just go across this in the same way. Look, turning this in and at the same time sewing it on is literally impossible. So we're going to use a little trick here, and that is this. You turn it from here, you turn it in first, you line it up with your presser foot, and you go down. Fold it over, keep lining up with the presser foot. Now I've got a little curve in here, so I'm just going to go down, needle down, turn it up. So I'm going a few more stitches, there we go, turn, and go to the next bit, roll it up the same amount, turn, and roll it up, turn, and up. Now I've done the outside of my pocket done, and it's securely in, and I can't really go wrong anymore. Can you see it? It looks lovely, doesn't it? Absolutely perfect. That's because I did it.
Yes. No comment.
No comment. And then you just plonk it on where you want it. And what I've done, could you pass me the pattern, please?
Cut hole in my
What I've done is, I always do it like this, cut holes into where you need things to go so you can place them easier, and it's not such a big problem. So this is a different size, but I can see it goes roughly there, okay? Right, I've put my pin in. It's all straight, hopefully. It's well worthwhile pinning this properly. And then now I'm going to sew close to the edge, and you can see what it's doing. It's giving you a really nice line on the outside. Yeah, make sure I keep in the same hole, like that. Like almost like a twin needle thing. Oops. There we go. And you get it on really easily, and it looks really good, and people will say, well, how did she get the pocket on this well? Well, it's easy when you know how. Okay, and then you come back up. And I didn't do this on the other side, but it might be a really nice idea to come across like that, so it's actually locked in and it looks like you just went round and round. For this part now, I'm going to use a zigzag stitch, and I'm going to be slightly smaller because what I want to do is, just to make this, pretty this up a bit, I'm going to put some rickrack across the top. So place it in the middle and then just zigzag over. You could use a contrast colour again, but well, I'm not sure that you have to be like really tiny for that, so we're not going to do that today. We're just going to use different rickrack for the different aprons we're doing. We're making 4. So this one is with, whoops, red. And cut off your rickrack on either side, which is going to just go into the binding in a minute. That's lovely. So I am putting my binding, which I've ironed in half, just down to the center, and then I'm sewing around. I think the key to putting binding on is actually always having a bit of tension on your binding. I always see like lots of wibbly stuff that people do, you know, when it's like, you know, it looks like it's too big or something. So if you give it a bit of a stretch while you're putting it on, it's fine. It just goes round really easy then.
Don't get round corners.
Pardon?
How you go round, you know, when you come to a corner.
Well, that's a different story, that is. So right, so we put it on from the end here, and we're going to 46 centimetre, which we've measured is correctamundo. We'll pop this round and make sure there's no twist. We'll just pop this back. Right.
Back on film.
Okay, back on film. Right, let's not get too stressed. I put a pin in there, so this is 46 centimetres. So I now just continue sewing this together, edge to edge. Right. Okay, I can take my pin out. And I just guide this round the other side, sort of stuff. So, but anyway, there's your apron. So far, so good. Just like,
Otherwise, it's going to cry to bugger.
because so the other option you have got is to just pop that here. It might actually be easier, and then I'm going to fold it over, look like this, and I'm lining it up with a centimetre seam allowance here. There, okay. And oops, don't let this move. I think this stitch is a bit too big. And then just keep lining it up with a centimetre so it's nice and even. And go all the way down. There are always more ways to roam than one. And especially now I'm using red, and it's really obvious if you're doing something wrong. So,
I'm alright, pick him up.
so, and then go down to where you think it's a centimetre. And I'm down, fold it over again, and go all the way around. Oh, this keeps getting stuck, this apron. You have to be very careful at home. But maybe have the left hand there, because it just gets stuck on things, and then you have got to waver a line before you know it. And of course you leave holes in this fabric, and that's not very good. So there we go. So
yeah, but we said we would use pinion shears, didn't we?
yeah, I'd forgotten all about it. You see how we worked it out. See, so it always takes a while to decide how you're going to do a pattern. So there's no such thing as, oh yeah, I'll design a pattern quickly this afternoon, upload it next afternoon, and then earn millions selling it. No. I haven't made a copy of this, but honestly, you can just like draw one, right, April?
Yeah.
Yeah, April drew this one. She just like at home just drew herself one. Oh, look at that. It's so much better. I do apologise for the other one. And now the next bit is, look, you pull this over. And we are now stitching down the other side. That way it's in beautiful. Oh, look at that now. Oh, I'm a bit gutted about that first apron though I did. Sorry, Linda.
Okay.
Right. Good news is there will be a video on this. So when Linda has forgotten all about it, you can watch it. There's nobody is chiming in. Yes, we can.
That is lovely. I like that one.
Ta-da! Right, to sum up our little apron, we have completed the apron, and we have now, I got some bows which you can just glue gun on here and for example there. And what's really nice about this technique is that by stitching the outside first, it's all in, and then stitching the next line, you get such a neat finish. Depending on what colours you use, you get like totally different effects. And you can use different things like this. You don't have to use bows necessarily either. You could use like little buttons. This is my big box which got everything in it that you could ever need for sewing. And you get these, which are from Oh So Crafty, really quite cheaply, and you put one of those on. Another thing is put a button in front of your bow, and that also works really well. It makes it, sets it up. Sky is the limit, and possibly, you know, I've got these nice ones as well. So if you find something, I've always got my button box off, and you see this must be from Joann's in America, which I'll be frequenting quite regularly and soon. Sorry, this is also from Joann's. I'm gonna be murdered now in a minute. Right, so you've got like all these little buttons that you could use, or bows.
I think she's going to America.
So I hope
they'll deport her before she gets there.
So this is the little quick apron, and it took, how long did it take?
Well, you made 4 in about an hour and a half.
5 minutes each.
Yeah.
So they're ideal for
a
bazaar. So obviously, if you wanted to do them like and sell them, that is the thing to sell. It's
Good things to sell at craft fairs.
Craft fairs, yeah. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. And I think we'll say goodbye now, because I'm actually leaving, and I won't see them again probably. So there they are. Linda.
Hello.
Bye.
And Helen.
Bye bye, Marina.
Sorry.